a.m. and I woke up and opened up my blinds and there was all this mist and fog out there. Now, I live on a ridge and we quite often have it come past and it doesn't get down into the valleys, which is exactly what it seems to be now, although I think it's also was clearing up the top. It doesn't stick around for long, unfortunately. But I rushed, got myself out here because I'd love to be able to get these spots down here with a bit of atmosphere. So anyway, I'm out now, so I might as well head down and see what it looks like. It's possible when the sun comes out, although I think it's supposed to stay fairly cloudy, so I don't think we're going to get any sunlight come through. I very well could get quite rained on. It's just about to start raining again, I think. So I've been shooting this stand of trees over here from a few different angles, and there's a tiny touch of mist around. There's not very much, but it is just enough to probably give it that kind of softening look. So I'm trying kind of mostly these two trees here. I'm kind of been focusing on at different angles, but I quite like this one with the whole host of trees in it. So we'll see how they turn out. It's not perfect conditions, but it's certainly the best conditions that I've been down here with, and the likelihood of us actually getting a lot of mist down here is probably fairly slim. You can hear the cockatoos are going off this morning. Something's upset it. There's things that we term murder birds around now. I think they're actually channel-billed cuckoos is what they are, but they're this big, ugly grey bird that's comes in at this time of year from, I think it's New Guinea or somewhere like that they come from. And just what they do is they take over other birds' nests, and if the other bird has young, then they just don't feed them and the poor little chicks starve. So I think often that's what the cockatoos at this time of year get a bit upset about is those coming in. I have heard some this morning. They're the most annoying They're the most annoying screechy bird you've ever heard, and I'm talking about the murder birds, not the cockatoos, which are fairly raucous too. But they don't tend to do this during the night. The cuckoos, like, they will go all night, even though they're not a nocturnal bird. They still will screech and scream all night. So yeah, this place, because we've got a lot of cockatoos around, we seem not to get the cuckoos quite so close. But anyway, that's my rambling about things. I'm going to get back to it, and yep. And just a reminder that my 2022 calendar is available for purchase for pre-order only until the 10th of October, and the link is in the description. So I'm back at my two favourite trees framing the path. Birds are still going off. I wish I could convey the smells of forests. It's one of the things. Oh, wait a second. I wish I could convey the itch of midgies and mozzies when they bite me. Now, on the topic of midgies, I believe in the Northern Hemisphere, when they say midgies, or maybe in the UK, what they're actually referring to is mosquitoes, I think. Whereas what we call midgies here in Australia are actually sandflies. Two different things. So I've got both of them at the moment, mosquitoes and sandflies. They're a bit annoying. Anyway, oh my goodness, I do get off topic. Yeah, I wish I could share with you the smells in here as well as the sights and the sounds, because it's one of the parts of the experience of going out into the bush or any sort of forest is the smell of it as well. Now at the moment here, because of the rain, there's a bit of a eucalyptusy smell and a bit of kind of like a camphor type as well. It's really refreshing and invigorating. Now it's just a touch of mist. It's not like it was at home, but by far it's the best conditions I've been out to shoot these trees in. So I'm kind of hopeful that we'll get something that I quite like out of this lot. I'm having a little bit of a conundrum at the moment with this photo, because I like the shape of the path going through when I'm standing more over to the right. However, you can see there's this row of trees here that stop me from shooting from that side and too far back. And the problem is if I shoot closer, I end up getting sky in the background, and also the shape of the trees is a little bit nicer from the left. So I'm just moving around, seeing if I can get the ideal position. Ideally, I'd probably like to be about here, looking down, obviously a lot closer. But yeah, these trees are in the way, so can't do that. I'll keep trying. It's been a really lovely morning being out. I'm glad Danny basically pushed me out. I wasn't feeling very motivated. I woke up and had a headache and just felt like sitting down and having a cup of tea and being a blob. And I said, I better go out, get all ready, go out, and there'll be nothing. And he said, well, if you stay at home, you're definitely not going to get anything, are you? So thanks, Danny, for getting me out here, because I've really enjoyed it this morning. There hasn't been the super mist like we had at home when I woke up, but it's still been really nice being out. And I think I kind of feel like I've got some really nice photos from this morning too. I'll have to see when we get home and put them on the computer. So let that be a lesson to you, to if anyone's as lazy and unmotivated as I can be, that sometimes that initial kick you need makes it all worthwhile in the end. Something I wanted to quickly mention is I always used to shoot with a polarizer in woodlands and things, because it does tend to make the colours pop a lot more once you get rid of the reflections, not only off leaves but also kind of bark and even soil and things. It does look a lot brighter when you've got it polarized. However, I'm finding more and more that I like the unpolarized look. I like seeing some of those reflections. I feel like it gives the photo a bit more depth, makes it a bit more three-dimensional having that in there. So I guess what I would say is encourage you, if you're anything like I used to be and just put the polarizer on without really thinking about it too much, to do some experimenting with and without, and use it, I guess, a lot more mindfully about where and when and what sort of feeling you're going for. I cannot stop talking today. So this right here is why it's great finding little pockets close to home, because you can know spots that you can go back to, and if you happen to wake up and the conditions look good, you can get out there quick. Earlier this year, when conditions probably were the best, I think, here at home that they've ever been, actually ended up going up to Binnabar, and ironically the cloud was actually too low there, so I didn't get very much mist. So yeah, definitely try to scout out local areas, and these places, spots like these trees here, can be hidden amongst areas that look quite messy and scrubby, because that's what most of this forest around where I live is. It's see, even that little bit of mist makes it look better, but it's quite messy. Lots of she oaks and stuff, which are like, there's fallen trees everywhere. Wouldn't normally say the most photogenic, but yeah, it's funny actually, isn't it? As soon as there's some mist, everything looks a lot better. Find things close to home. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was just making my way back home, and it started raining quite a bit actually. This bit of mist came through as I was walking up, and I've been taking my time, and then it's just started hammering down. So I've just had to stop and put most of my gear away. I've still got my camera out, but I might keep that partly under my raincoat, but everything else I've popped in my bag with a rain cover on it. So almost got away, and yep, my battery ran out. Now, if you haven't seen the time I was here at these trees last during the sun, I'll link to that now, because you should definitely check it out. It looks so different in these lighting conditions to what it did that day. Plus I took a lot of close-up detail shots then, and certainly haven't done that now. Something I just wanted to quickly mention. I haven't been mentioning anything quickly today, have I? Oh my god, Stop talking, Lisa.